Hello friends, welcome to Technique. This is Nirmal here, and in this video we're going to do a comparison of two budget smartphones, the Xiaomi's Redmi Y2 with the Realme one. So these two devices have variants below the 10k price segment. We have 9999 pricing for the Redmi Y2, while the Realme one is priced 8999. So that's the pricing. There are other variants which are priced above the 10k price segment as well. So the Realme one comes in 3 variants, while the Redmi Y2 comes in 2 variants. So in this video, let's analyze all the aspects of these two devices and see which is the better value for money device and which all areas these devices excel. So let's get started. So first step, let's have a look at the design and build quality. So design wise, you can see that both these devices have a similar display size. Both have 5.99 inch screen size, but you can see that the bezels on the Redmi Y2 are bigger, and hence as a result the device is a bit taller than the Realme one. Now on the hardware front, you can see that the Realme one has a power button on the right side, while the power and volume keys are on the right side on the Xiaomi's Redmi Y2, and the Realme one does not have any opening slot on the top panel, while we have IR blaster and a 3.5mm audio jack on the Redmi Y2. The bottom panel houses the micro USB charging slot on both the phones. We also have speaker unit, and Realme one has the 3.5mm audio jack as well. On the left side, we have the volume keys on the Realme one, while it's a SIM card slot on the Redmi Y2. So that was the design language. Now talking about the back panel. So here you can see that both these devices does not come with metal construction. We have a fiber material with a diamond cut finish on the Realme one, while we have plastic build quality on the Redmi Y2. Now both these devices have quite a good build quality, but we would say the design wise the Realme one is a better choice because it's a bit smaller and compact in form factor and lighter in weight when compared to the Redmi Y2. So that was the design aspect. Now build quality wise, since both are not metal construction, we can't really say about the durability aspect, but looks quite good in terms of the pricing it is being offered at. So that's the design and build quality. Now let's talk about the display. So here we have a clear winner. We have the Realme one with a 5.99 inch full HD plus resolution display, 18:9 aspect ratio, while we have an HD plus display on the Redmi Y2. The Realme one also has Gorilla Glass support, and it has 2.5D glass, while there is no Gorilla Glass protection on the Redmi Y2. So overall in terms of display quality, because it has a better resolution display and better protection, the Realme one is the winner. Now next step, let's talk about the software. So both these devices run on Android 8.1 Oreo out of the box. So we have two custom UI. So we have the Color OS on the Realme one, while we have the MIUI 9.5 on the Redmi Y2. So both these devices are customized versions. So both of them offer a lot of additional features like dual app support, theme support is there. Then similarly, a lot of additional options are included on both the phones. So we would say both these devices have good software performance, but our personal choice would be the MIUI because it's a bit more refined looking UI and offers slightly better options. So that's the software aspect, but again it's a personal choice whether you like the MIUI or the Color OS, but both those devices come with Android 8.1 Oreo out of the box. Now next up, let's talk about the performance. So this is one area where the Realme one takes the lead with the Helio P60 octa-core chipset, while we have the Snapdragon 625 octa-core chipset on the Redmi Y2. So when you talk about the performance, the outright performance on the Realme one is really good with a P60 Helio chipset. It's a really fast and efficient chipset, and one of the really performing chipsets in the mid-range segment. So Oppo has used P60 on the Realme one, and that really shows up in the performance, excellent gaming abilities, and superior performance when compared to the Redmi Y2. The Redmi Y2 with the Snapdragon 625 is a good performer. In terms of the overall performance aspect, the Realme one is definitely the better choice, even in terms of the gaming, because it has full HD plus resolution display and also better processor. Now talking about the other aspects, the Redmi Y2 comes with a fingerprint scanner which is missing on the Realme one. Both the devices have face unlock, and they're really good in terms of unlocking the device. Now both the devices also come with the dual SIM cards for GLT, and we have dedicated SD card slots available on both the phones. Now talking about the speaker quality, both are quite similar in terms of performance. We can't really say one is better than the other, and both have VoLTE support out of the box. Now next step, let's talk about the camera. So we have a dual camera setup, that's the 12 megapixel primary camera and a 5 megapixel secondary camera, f-stop 2.2 aperture, and a 16 megapixel selfie camera. On the other hand, we have a 13 megapixel primary camera on the Realme 1 which is f-stop 2.2 aperture, and an 8 megapixel shooter for the front facing camera. So that was the camera hardware. Now let's have a look at the camera samples we have taken with these two devices. So looking at the daylight captures taken with these two devices, you can see that the Redmi Y2 and the Realme 1 offers good color reproduction, good details as well, but the sharpness levels are not that great on the Realme 1, and this is one area where the Redmi Y2 takes the lead. When we reviewed the Realme 1, we mentioned that the sharpness levels could have been better, and this is one area where the Redmi Y2 has good sharpness and overall details are good. Now the color reproduction in close-up images was better on the Realme 1, but again it falls short on the sharpness levels offered by the Redmi Y2. So both these devices have good details and offers good clarity in the photos. But when it comes to video recording, that's where the Redmi Y2 takes the lead with electronic image stabilization, and also in terms of the low light performance, you can see that the Realme 1 offers slightly better overall low light performance when compared to the Redmi Y2. So these are some of the low light captures taken with these two devices. So now finally let's have a look at the selfie performance. So selfie, both these devices offer good clarity, while we feel the Realme 1 with 8 megapixel shooter does a pretty good job, and Redmi Y2 excels in portrait selfies, and also in the portrait mode in the rear camera, the Redmi Y2 has the lead over the Realme 1. Now finally talking about the battery experience. So we have a 3080 mAh battery on the Redmi Y2, while we have 3400 mAh capacity battery on the Realme 1, and we can see that both these devices are quite decent in terms of the battery performance, and you can easily get through 1 day of usage with both the devices. And the Snapdragon 625 is a really efficient chipset, and even the P60 octa-core chipset with a good capacity battery also has a pretty good performance overall. So there is no major winner in terms of the battery performance. So that is a detailed comparison of these two devices. So which is a better device to buy here? So the Redmi Y2 prices starts at 9,999 for the base variant and 12,999 for the 4GB RAM and 64GB storage variant. While we have 8,999 for the 3 and 32GB storage variant, 10,999 for the 4 and 64GB storage, and 6 and 128GB storage is offered at 13,999. So the better value for money device definitely is the Realme 1, but the Redmi Y2 has an advantage in terms of the camera, especially with the portrait selfies as well as portrait mode in the rear camera, and also in the video recording the Redmi Y2 was superior. Also in terms of the software performance, MIUI is a bit more polished than the Oppo's Color OS. But if you are looking for outright performance including gaming and Full HD plus resolution display and a better looking device, then the Realme 1 offers at a slightly lower price when compared to the Redmi Y2. So that was the comparison of the Redmi Y2 with the Realme 1. So hope you enjoyed watching this video. Do hit that like button and also hit that subscribe button for more videos. This is Nirmal signing off. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in our next video. Have a great day.